Hey, I just thought I've been talking a lot about Cuba. I'm spending a few days here. I was here for Cuba Fest. And it's a nice sunny Sunday morning, even though it was a bit cold. Woke up to 28 degrees today. But I'm here in Cuba for a couple days for Cuba Fest and to meet with tourism. And thought I'd give you a little bit of a walkabout. Show you some of the things that really set Cuba apart. One block up where that black truck just went by, that's Route 66. So here we are, one block off Route 66. And Cuba is known as the Mural City. This gives you an idea of why the city's known as the Mural City. They record a lot of their history, the community's major events, pivotal events, with murals. One of the things I find really intriguing about Cuba is a very dynamic little community that gives the sense that it's much bigger than it is. Cuba is actually less than 4,000 people, but they have a thriving industrial park, nice arts community. The key to all of this is they have a strong sense of community. Now, you can see the pride they take in community. Notice the streets, how clean they are, how well kept the buildings are. People are friendly. They're excited about things. They have a first-rate business and industrial park here. It's pretty extraordinary. My understanding is that they employ more people at the industrial park than actually live here. There's another little touch, the little art touches that they've put throughout the community, using old bicycles to add color. Take a look at these beautiful murals commemorating key points in the city's history. This is Route 66, Washington Street. They have two major supermarkets here. And, you know, by no means is the community perfect. There is no such thing as a community that's perfect. But take a look at how they've, at every turn, they've created public art at every opportunity they can find. They have created something that's appealing to the eye. It gives you a good sense of community. Cuba Fest is just one example. Now this is a great little thing too that I really like here is stores like this. Hayes Shoe Store. Been here since the 1950s. A little curious tidbit, you can find this in my book, 100 Things to Do on Route 66. Robert Wadlow, world's tallest man. Some of his shoes are on display here. You can see plaques throughout town tell a little bit about the history. The murals commemorate the history. At 1 o'clock, I'll be meeting with a gentleman who's working on renovating a turn-of-the-century railroad hotel just up the street, and I'll have more on that too. Beautiful murals at every turn. And interesting and innovative businesses in such a small town. Like I say, this is less than 4,000 people. They have a very high retention rate of high school graduates, and it's not all perfect. As you can see, there's a lot of buildings that still in need of attention, still need renovation. But the town has a vibrancy. Even these buildings, if you notice, they're clean. They're run down, they need help. No graffiti. Yesterday I met with the owner and did a Facebook Live program at Frisco's. As you can see, it's just one block off Route 66. Now this I found interesting. Death Investigation Academy. Huh. The original community, of course, grew up around the railroad, like so many communities. Frisco's is great. They sell a lot of local beers. I tried the Smoky Porter yesterday with a Reuben. First class, really nice. And the owner is also on the Tourism Commission here, a dynamic young man. It's interesting and exciting to see young people getting excited in their communities. In Kingman, we have Tim Schritter and Terry and others that are really getting excited and changing the face of things. The owner of Frisco's has come up with some really innovative events. He's having a waiter obstacle course for waiters to not spill drinks and run through an obstacle course. Fun little things. They're blocking off these streets often now down here by Cuba Bakery and Frisco's, and they're doing a lot of street parties, block parties. You find a lot of stonework here in Missouri. This is a great little place here. I love the Cuba Bakery and Deli. It's a little chilly, like say this morning. It was 28 degrees when I got started this morning. Found a nice little place for breakfast up the street. Posted a few pictures on that. I'll be having reviews on this soon. Of course, all of these programs that I'm doing are made possible by sponsors like Roadrunner Lodge and Blue Swallow Motel, Cactus Kitchen, Kingman, Southwest Trading Company. But primarily, a lot of this is viewer supported, just like PBS. The pledge through the Patreon programs are a crowdfunding initiative, and it is what really keeps us going here. Just a quaint little charming community. And like I say, by no means is it perfect, but you come here and spend an afternoon or a morning or an evening and just visit some of the places. The delightful array of restaurants and shops and breweries, great beer pubs and taverns. Last night I tried the Rock Fair down the street here on Highway 19, going down towards Steelville, and it's a 1934 roadhouse. Really nice. Possibly the same fellow, the stonemason, who built the Wagon Wheel Motel. But you get a feel for this town that it's really a dynamic little community. And I think people would be very surprised if they spent a little time here. It's filled me with all kinds of ideas to take home to Kingman. Post office, probably 1950s, maybe early 60s. A lot of the old buildings have survived and they're repurposed. Joe Sonderman did a great presentation yesterday at the library